Well, that ain't normal. We ain't gonna never accept that as normal. It's always gonna be looked at the way it's looked at, and we gonna speak on it. Even though they trying to write laws where we can't even speak on it. Yeah. They be ready to take your show off the air for simply opening your mouth about it. Them people ain't right. And Gabrielle, you ain't right for having problems with the backlash with having a little boy dressed like he dressed. The mama got an issue with it. Did you hear that, Gabrielle? The mama of the little boy got an issue with it. Who are you? You a bust down from Hollywood.
Now, Corey Holcomb just brought up some great points. How do you expect no one to say anything about this situation when it's not normal? I don't give a damn what these people say on TV or on the internet or wherever. I don't care about what the Alphabet Boys Mafia Political Club has to say.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
A lot of niggas that's hating on me. On the other hand, I got people that's waiting for me to drop that heat. Man, sometimes you gotta bake it slowly. Something like that cheese and macaroni. I'm the one and only.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Trippin' Ain't Easy. I am your host, Trip Simpson, in the building, ready to get this grill going today. But first and foremost, we gotta handle business.
I know you're gonna look after family.
What family you talking about, Ice?
Fuck, I look invisible, nigga.
That's right, I'm not invisible, so do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, smack the notification bell, and select all. Now, yesterday I was watching the Corey Holcomb 5150 podcast. Great show, might I add. And they were discussing the recent internet spat between Gabrielle Union and rapper Lil Boosie. Now, an interview recently surfaced on TikTok that had Gabrielle Union responding to some criticism that Lil Boosie had for her and Dwayne Wade about their son, Zion Wade, transitioning into a transsexual woman. Now, before we get into Corey Holcomb's take on the situation, because I definitely want to play that and react to that, let's get into the interview first from Gabrielle Union, and then we'll get into Lil Boosie's response on Twitter, I believe it was.
But sometimes you're going to have to lead. And so far, so good, you know. Sorry, Boosie. He's so preoccupied.
Yeah, he is. Very much so.
Almost like thou doth protest too much, little Booze.
I'm gonna look.
You got a lot on your mind.
Now see right here. She's clowning Lil Boosie by saying he's got a lot of D-I-C-K on his mind, which I thought was kind of ridiculous. Because I'm not gonna play the whole interview, but just prior to her talking about Lil Boosie, she was talking about how positive of an experience it was for Zion to turn into Zaya, and how it was a good thing that this boy wants to turn himself into a girl. But look how quickly she devolves into now clowning Lil Boosie by calling him gay just because he had criticism. But now she's calling him gay as if it's a negative thing. Let's continue.
I mean, it's
throw
like
that out there.
It's like Zaya and Lil Nas X living his head
for free. Right?
Here we go. And see, and I'm going to touch on this a little later, but this is something that black women do that I hate. I really hate it.
Freak. Like, what?
It's like, sir, something you want to just go ahead and tell us. This is a safe space. We can be your sanctuary.
Perhaps that safe space was not provided for him. And
I don't think he had a safe space.
He did not have one. We could definitely tell.
All right, so as you can see right there, that was Gabrielle Union, the part of the interview where she talked about Little Boosie and basically called him gay because he had some constructive criticism for the way that her and Dwayne Wade were parenting. So recently, this interview has surfaced back on TikTok and began to get some traction. So Little Boosie responded. Here's what he had to say. This is from Little Boosie's Twitter. LOL. The whole world know I love women and the world know your husband loves dick. Hope you don't think blacks look at y'all like a power couple. They don't. I refuse to talk about y'all in interviews. I refuse to talk about y'all in interviews, and here you go. Go bang with him with that dildo and wait on a script, you little white girl. Okay. So that's Boosie's take on it. Now, here's the thing in regards to Lil Boosie. I don't agree with a lot of stuff Little Boosie has to say or a lot of stuff he even does. But I got to give him credit for not backing down when it comes to this issue or not backing down to the pressures of the Alphabet Boys, LGBTQ political mafia. See, Boosie's right. Most black folks don't look up to or don't look at the Wade unions. That's right, the Wade unions as a power couple or even a positive example for a black family. Dwayne Wade has admitted several times that his wife wears the pants in his house and that she's the head of the household.
In relationships, we come in and we try to change people. We try to change them to the way that we want them to be. But I decided to start taking a different approach, in this relationship. I think early on I came in like, hey, you get 2 drink max, bop, 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 bop. And she didn't respond well to that.
No, I did not. Yeah.
It was reasons for that too. Let me say that.
I have a good time. Life of the party right here.
It's not the man leads and the woman follows. That's not what we live in this house.
And as a result, you have a son who wants to be a girl and is ready and willing to mutilate himself. D Wade is a complete failure of a father and a complete failure as a man of the house. It's almost like he's living vicariously through his confused son. Now, Corey Holcomb on his show 5150 had a lot to say about this situation. And I tend to agree with the majority of what he had to say. So let's go ahead and get into that.
That's dressed like a girl, Gabrielle. Gabrielle, let me tell you this. Your son dresses like a girl and y'all give it your blessing. That's going to make people say things. Why are you acting like somebody is attacking you when you have sacrificed your child for the internet?
That is a fact. They have definitely sacrificed this child for the internet, and he is being used to push an agenda. Corey Holcomb is spot on. Let's continue.
The little boy all over the internet in dresses and lipsticks and all, like, you think anybody gonna say nothing?
Exactly.
And now somebody got to be gay because they said something about it. Just like Lil Nas X. When you see this man, that doesn't normalize for us 100 types. Well, that ain't normal. We ain't gonna never accept that as normal. It's always gonna be looked at the way it's looked at, and we gonna speak on it. Even though they trying to write laws where we can't even speak on it. They be ready to take your show off the air for simply opening your mouth about it. Them people ain't right. And Gabrielle, you ain't right for having problems with the backlash with having a little boy dressed like he dressed. The mama got an issue with it. Did you hear that, Gabrielle? The mama of the little boy got an issue with it. Who are you? You a bust down from Hollywood.
Now, Corey Holcomb just brought up some great points. How do you expect no one to say anything about this situation when it's not normal? I don't give a damn what these people say on TV or on the internet or wherever. I don't care about what the Alphabet Boys Mafia political club has to say. The bottom line is, a man cannot be a woman and a woman cannot be a man under any circumstances. And anyone who thinks that that's the case has something going on up here. And that's no slight to anyone who identifies as such, but the truth is the truth. I can't wake up tomorrow with $100 in my bank account and expect to be treated like a millionaire just because I feel like I'm one. I can't wake up tomorrow and expect to be treated like a 6-year-old, even though I'm 38, just because I feel like a 6-year-old. I can't wake up tomorrow and hop around town and expect to be treated like a bullfrog when I'm not a bullfrog. So for you guys to expect people not to say anything when y'all got all this weirdo shit going down in y'all house, you gotta be crazy. Anyway, let's continue.
D Wade and you both made for each other, if you ask me. He get down in the streets, you get down in the streets. I know little Damon Wayans Jr. Man, Damon Wayans Jr. told me the funniest joke ever on the airplane about when D Wade was in LA and he smashed his girl. You know, Damon Wayans Jr. was dating that girl D Wade got pregnant out here. He went raw in her. And little Damon Wayans Jr. was telling me, he really saved my life.
Oh, man.
You get what I'm saying? It's like, yo, Gabrielle Union and D Wade, them freaks. But you don't put that off on no child and encourage him being no freak. What do you think that represents? Look at this boy. Look at her, first of all. That's a makeup face, by the way. That ain't.
Mr. Holcomb is relentless. I'm trying to tell you. All right, we're gonna play a little bit more of this, and then we're gonna finish this up.
That ain't how she really look. I ain't saying she ugly, but that ain't how she really look. Look at this little boy. Do you think this little boy should be allowed to parade around like that long as he ain't paying rent? That's how you do if you pay rent. If you pay rent, then you can do that. But if you allow a little boy to come into the ridicule game, as y'all have done, that picture is going to bring ridicule to that little boy. That is a little boy. And you got him thinking everything normal, and what's y'all problem? No.
I have to agree with you on that, because I don't agree when they're young kids. They're kids. There's so much that they're still learning. They can't even process something this heavy. I don't agree when parents do this and they push it. It's like this kid, come on, man.
Somebody say Boosie looks sick. He might be sick.
Oh, bless his
Look,
heart.
let me tell you something, man. We all going through it. But Boosie is funny when he talk.
Always had that look, though.
And all Boosie said was, don't cut his dick off, man. That's all he said, man. Don't cut his dick off, man.
Hey, man, Boosie is entertaining. That's what I will say about Boosie. Now, look, this is entertaining also to see. I mean, it's not good.
No.
It's not good at all, but it's funny.
All right, so once again, ladies and gentlemen, Corey Holcomb is spot on with this assessment of the situation. Gabrielle Union, just like a lot of other woke black women, love to speak out of both sides of their goddamn mouths. In one instance, you're praising your stepson for being trans or LGBTQ or whatever you want to call it. You're praising him for it. You're parading him around the internet different TV shows, all throughout the media, praising this situation. And in general, your message is that being gay or trans is something that should be looked at as positive and normal. Okay? But then Boosie simply comments on the fact that you're parading him around out here and gives a respectful criticism, in my opinion. I think it was respectful. He didn't say anything crazy to y'all. And now you are attacking his manhood, calling him gay, saying that he's got dick on his mind, right? As if that's a negative thing to be. So in one instance, it's positive when you're trying to convert little boys into being little girls. But when a grown man has an issue with seeing a little boy being used as a pawn like this, he says something about it. Now that same thing you're praising a little boy for, you're using it to tear down another man by calling him gay just because he disagrees with you. That's hypocritical. That's double talk, and it's unacceptable. And this is all for a simple difference in ideology. See, these hoes love to promote black men being trans or LGBTQ or effeminate or whatever you want to call it, right? They love to do that. They love it. They love to promote that type of shit, right? And they march in parades and for the LGBTQ political movement. They do all of that, right? But one thing that they don't realize is that they are watering down the only potential protection that they may have, just in case shit hits the wall one day. And it's very, very much possible, especially with the climate that the world is going in right now. And the craziest part is, and shout out to CGA, Coach Greg Adams, when the barbarian hits the gate, because it's going to happen. When the barbarian is at the gate, these will be the same hoes all sitting up wondering where all the real men went. But what do I know? Listen, if you agree, disagree, or you're indifferent, do me a favor, leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Smack that notification bell and select all. For myself and the rest of the Trippin' Ain't Easy Straight Talk No Chase team, peace out. Catch you on the next one.